Yeah.
More than halal, I think no pork, no lard. I think halal is very straightforward. It's halal certified by MUIS. We know we can go and eat.
Because
But
nowadays there's a lot of, especially youngsters, they are very
complacent, yeah.
complacent about food. So recently I just met client's son coming out of Moss Burger. I say, bro, this one halal already. I say, no lah, not halal lah, but I don't eat any pork lah. So despite not having halal certified restaurants and things like that, they just very complacent. They go and buy food, thinking that so long I don't directly eat any pork, I'm still safe. Yeah, what are your thoughts on that? Especially, brother, you are in the F&B. Used to be in the F&B line.
Yeah. So those days, I mean, some of them are very particular, like they will see, like whether is it a halal Malay cook, that kind of thing. And some of them are very observed lah. So they will check, why is it not a Muslim cook? Why is it Chinese people cooking, that kind of thing? But it's halal. But so, certain people have their own take. So
Alamin is halal certified,
Yeah,
correct?
halal.
So, but despite that, they still see who is cooking, who is in the kitchen.
yeah, some people are very particular about that. Yeah. So end of the day, it's like we know what our intention is lah.
Yeah.
Whether you want to go and eat, how you take it is individual lah.
But the fact is now, so long they see someone standing there in tudong, a cashier there, and it is either pork no lard or is Muslim owned,
Muslim owned.
they are okay to just eat in the shop.
Not everyone. For me, I'm very particular because I make sure it's halal.
Yeah.
It have halal and it's Muslim owned lah. So. Because when you go to bakery shop also you see a lot of no pork no lard.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. So like usually I won't buy.
Yeah,
So so we have to teach our kids also. lah.
correct.
Yeah, because moving
Usually,
forward they would
Also, on
just
their own,
seeing no pork no lard, they might be thinking, actually we can eat also.
No, even when we approach them, no pork, no lard, why no halal certification? They will say all meat sources are from halal sources only. But then there is no halal cert. I think same goes for even restaurants, Indian restaurants. I think as Indians we patronize Indian restaurants to
Yeah,
eat.
correct.
But in the same restaurant they serve alcohol and all. But
Like Banana Leaf, my favorite place. But the thing is,
Yeah.
they serve
Alcohol.
Yeah. But they don't know that chickens and the meat, the goats and everything, right, will have to be slaughtered in the halal way. Its blood must be drained. So they think that so long you're not selling pork,
Yeah.
you're halal. Yeah. So that is not true as well. Then youngsters nowadays, they think that, okay, so long I'm not eating pork, is fine. Very complacent. It's worrisome also. lah.
It is like they think it's not harmless, but they don't know that even oil, right? The oil that they use to fry, it can contain traces of all these oil fats
Lard.
from animals. Yeah, so you cannot go to simply a halal certified restaurant and buy fries off, saying that it's just fries. Yeah. So it's more than that. I think being
How expensive or how complicated is it to get a halal certificate from movies for F&B?
That's many years.
I was told that now is like very expensive because
Yeah.
then they have to renew every year.
Yeah, correct.
And the audit is very tough. The audit wants to see all the ingredients from A to Z, who's working and how clean it is and hygiene purpose, and at the same time they want to scrutinize each and every ingredients. So to avoid this audit very headache, they sometimes don't renew. Sometimes you go to a restaurant, you see a new pizza place is halal certified. Then suddenly about 6 months later or 1 year later, you see that, hey, there's no halal certificate anymore. Yeah. So either they have not done their renewal or they have failed their renewal. Probably they add in some ingredients, new things, but then the ingredients have oil, alcohol and things like that, they don't get. So we will be thinking that, they never renew lah. It's okay, they already halal certified, but they never renew, but they still go and eat. But the fact that the movies rejected after the renewal, after the audit, basically because they have come up with a new ingredient or a new food, kind of scary. And I actually spoke to one of my ustad. I asked him, he shared with me a few slides that he has gone through with movies. Every once in a while they go for classes and all that. Then he actually showed me this. Surprising thing is that Mineral water also halal certified,
Yeah.
It's a bit like, it's just water. What? How can it be like halal and haram? But the fact that you must understand that the filtration process has a charcoal, and also to crystallize, to make it more crystal, right? They actually have bones,
Bones. Animal bones.
animal bones. And the cheapest bones, of course, is like from pork, it seems. And then if you see some of the water dispensers, now the water dispensers got halal and non-halal, Yeah, we will be like, what is there? It's like charcoal and things like that. But then they have contained traces of bones. You can actually Google, those viewers who are actually watching, you can actually Google some filtration systems, even Singapore brands are not halal certified.
Yeah.
So if you were to see certain ones, they label there in the filter system already, they have halal. So you must be very careful whether we have this halal certificate before we actually put these filters, or even purchase the entire filtration system. So which is very important, because the water will go through the filtration system with the bones. Probably from pork and things like that, and then it comes to your glass and we're actually drinking it. Then again, a lot of people will be asking, why are we like so scrutinizing? Why are we like so much into checking this? My Ustad actually have this, and movies have this school of thoughts that even if you have contained a small trace of alcohol or anything that or we don't know we consume, right? It actually stays in your body for a couple of days, maybe 40 days, a couple of weeks. And your risk and your prayers and everything is actually stopped. Sure, maybe you might want to check with your own respective ustads and scholars and things like that. But according to him, even if you have a little bit of unhygiene in your body, because Islam is 50% all about cleanliness. 50% is your taqwa. So without being clean and you still have your taqwa is waste of. Another thing is, we also have to see, sometimes some export foods, especially in places like our favorite place like Mustafa and all that, especially from India. They have this green color dot where it says there's vegetarian. Yeah, so we will automatically think that it's just vegetarian. What is going to be so harmful? But they also use chemicals, emulsifiers, could be from alcohol, and also traces like colorings, right? You have to understand some colors, especially like red color, is coming from insects. So insects, they crush the insect and then it produces some kind of a red color thing, and then they still classify it as a vegetarian. So so even if they were to put it in a packaging with a vegetarian sign, it still may not be 100% vegetarian. Simple things like salad dressing. Kiwi pie, is it?
Q pie or something.
Yeah.
The Japanese brand.
So
Q
yeah,
pie.
salad. Some of them has halal certified. Some export ones do not have.
I think at some point of our life, we are guilty of consuming things that we are not supposed to consume. I think we did this once together. Very confidently, we bought Haribo. She was me lah. That time we were dating. Very confidently, we just bought Haribo because gummy what? Just gummy, right?
For your info, Haribo is now halal.
Now
we
they're halal.
we went to one of these shops, I think in Lucky Plaza or whatever. I can't remember. I really can't remember. It was actually all exports, foods and all.
So we
sweets.
just happily, bought it and then eating already. Then
Started
only-
eating. I feed her one. I put inside my mouth, and then suddenly now I remember my dad. We used to sell in my dad's shop Haribo. My dad used to warn me, sometimes this jelly all got gelatin,
Yeah.
better be careful. Then I quickly take out while I was munching, and I couldn't see any halal logo.
Yeah.
And then I quickly read the ingredients. The ingredients was specifically put gelatin bracket pork. The moment I saw that, I was munching. I started to munch much faster,
Faster
so that I
eat,
can
the
swallow and
last chance
quickly
to
tell her.
eat.
Without me realizing, I was like, hey. Then I was like, it's pork. And by the time I already swallowed.
Yeah. So that because last chance to eat.
That was so.
That was.
I felt so disgusted. Oh shit! What did I do?
So from that day onwards, we don't buy all these gummies. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also we don't give our children all these, even whatever brand it is, gummies, because it's not good for the stomach, the
Yeah,
intestine.
because the food coloring,
Yeah,
and
and
then
colouring.
because it's not healthy,
Yeah.
very sugary stuff and everything.
Also, it triggers like eczema and things like that. So all these things we are banned in our house.
Yeah. Another
Yeah.
important thing, right? The halal certified, right? You must see the proper
Logo.
logo.
Because
The proper
different
logo.
country has also different
Yeah.
kind.
Yeah.
It's not the same as
Yeah.
Singapore.
Correct. Sometimes, they just play cheat, some companies, right? Like, from overseas, some brands that we don't even know, they purposely print it
Just halal, yeah.
Just halal.
Yeah, there's
with the
no-
circle and then with the halal Arabic word, that's it.
But it's not from the country, like
Yeah.
No.
it's not from like Indonesia or wherever
Correct.
it's from.
Indonesia is one of the most reliable ones, reliable sources. And actually all over the Southeast Asia, there's halal certificate. To put that logo, you need to have a special approval.
Okay.
So they will come and do an audit before they will give an approval. So we will have to see that those certain type of logos which is imprinted. If they imprint without their approval, it's a violation already. So that's the reason why sometimes they just play cheat. They just print a halal logo with just a circle and then a halal. We will assume that it's halal. Okay, let's just eat. But it's actually not halal. You wouldn't know.
Sabira, do you have any experience eating something non-halal?
I mean, young
Can
time
be-
have lah. Yeah.
Please share.
Please share.
Nothing to share lah. I don't wish to share.
I heard from brother you had the best meal.
Yeah,
the
the
best.
best
I
food.
mean,
meal
I
they
bought
can-
from a Chinese shop lah. So basically, I didn't know it was not halal and everything. Because primary 1, primary 2, so the Muslim shop beside the uncle keep calling me. So I was thinking maybe he's just jealous that I'm eating from the Chinese shop and he's asking me to come buy from here and everything.
Okay.
So I ignored him. So then next week he go and tell my parents, like my father, my brother, all. Oh, she went to eat from the Chinese shop and everything lah.
What
I
was
mean-
it that you ate? Okay, so pork lah, obviously.
No, bro. Yeah lah, me accidentally lah, primary 2 lah. How will I know? So he was
So
like,
the big
oh,
question is, how did it taste and did you enjoy it?
didn't really enjoy it lah.
You sure?
It was actually very delicious at that point of time. Stuff like that, but yeah. I mean, it was nice lah. I mean, back then. But of course, after that, I felt very disgusted. I was like, oh my god, what did I eat?
Okay, so you ate pork. So
You
we ate,
all also ate pork in different form.
Bro, very quiet. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Maybe he tried the tail of the
I think
bunny.
I almost in Thailand because it looked like fish. Suddenly I was about to put in, the lady stopped us.
Oh.
Yes, I
Luckily,
mean, I was
somebody.
super close.
The lady was an
The lady
angel.
stopped. She said, "Actually, you're a Muslim, right?" Then but the menu they put as fish. The menu
So they
put
add
as
pork
fish.
inside.
Yeah, so it was very
Misleading,
misleading. This thing happened twice. One was in Thailand. The other one was in Japan.
Actually, yeah, Japan one was, I would say we all are very blessed because here is like, if it's halal, it's really halal as in like, there's no alcohol. Like what you say, like some Indian restaurant, they got alcohol, they cannot get halal cert even if the suppliers are from, halal slaughtered meat and everything. So in Japan, it was near Disneyland. So they have a shop which had halal certificate, but they serve alcohol and they also serve pork. Okay, so I actually went through the TikTok recommendation and then I went. So they had a Muslim menu. So I thought it's different kitchen. So basically what I ordered was a few things lah. So one of it, actually I was thinking, why does this look like bacon? Then I was thinking they put it's a prawn sauce together with bacon. So I called the guy. I said, "Is this pork?" He said, "Oh yeah, so sorry." Then I said, I ordered from the Muslim menu and are you all using the same kitchen? Then I said, you know what? I don't want this thing at all, I don't want this dish. It's okay. He said, no, I'll do for you another one. Then I said, no, I don't want because I didn't feel very good lah because the kids are eating, we are eating and we are also more aware and everything. I said the reason why we are even here because it's halal. It's recommended in TikTok and everything.
Yeah.
So I think Singapore is much more safer
Yeah.
compared to other countries
Other
because you
countries,
cannot
yeah.
play a fool
True.
and just anyhow say that
Yeah.
this is halal and everything.
And other countries, even Indonesia, right? They are very relaxed. They will go to the same shop. They will just avoid. They can even share food. For example, they have a food with potato and pork and everything, right? A Muslim friend will just take the potato. I'm not eating the pork. What? I'm just eating something like that.
Or
And
which
even
is mixed together.
mixed
actually.
together, and then you can even see some tudung ladies. They are even selling on TikTok. I saw myself lah. She's literally baking or cooking some pork, and she say, "Oh, I'm selling. I'm just working here. I'm just selling this food. I don't eat." So one of my non-Muslim friend actually asked me, "Why are you guys so
Particular.
Even ovens in some offices you have halal and non-halal. Even the dishes, for example, even
Yeah.
if you go to the hawker centers and return trays, you have halal and non-halal trays.
Correct.
Why do you have to like segregate yourself? They have this question. So the answer to that is, of course, even in the oven, right, microwave oven, when you put a pork or you put any other food together, of course the moisture itself will be contaminated. The place itself will
It
be
will linger
contaminated.
around.
So they also have the same question. Why do you feel that pork is so contaminated? Why do you see it as like a poison like that? So this is the question I posed to my ustad. Ustad is like very particularly, he was telling me that just imagine water itself can be contaminated. And about contamination, it's about being being pure,
Conscious also
being
lah.
conscious. This is also our test.
Yep.
Yeah, so being clean is one thing. The pork can be even clean.
But it's not really
Yeah, but
clean,
it's,
whatever it
it
is.
is like it is forbidden to us. Even if the moisture is there, we can't even touch it. So we are actually following the law of what the God has given us. In example, we have to have a medication. The medication has alcohol. Okay, that is permissible. Only when there is a necessity, then you have to have this. There was one of the liver disease that one Muslim man was going through. The liver was completely drained out. The best alternative was actually from pork. The liver. He can choose to say, no, I rather die. But choosing yourself to go and die is haram. Then you have an alternate source. Correct? So Ustad was saying that the liver is from a pork means you have to take it. No choice. The same hadith like where you are stranded in a jungle where there's no food. The only food that is available is a glass of wine and pork. If you have to eat it, you have to eat it. Don't eat it everything, but eat it to the extent that you can just survive.
You have the
So
energy.
that is permissible. So without that, there's if you have the choice, you abstain it as much as possible. So he was saying that yes, we do. There are non-Muslims. They will look at us in that way, but this is our test. We have to go through.
There are also shoes which contain
Pork skin.
pigs,
Yeah,
pig
yeah.
leather,
Yeah.
pig
Pig
line,
skin.
what is the
Leather.
sole and everything, leather and everything. So some places they actually put, this is pig skin.
Yeah.
Yeah, because especially for Muslims who don't, use it and everything.
Yeah.
So it's not just consumption, but also to where, we are also.
You are not even supposed to touch it. Some people even pet it. I have seen Muslims, they go and pet a piglet. And say, you're not eating what? It's just God's creation. Yes, it is. But, hey, I'm just touching on you. I'm just not eating what? All these kind of things. They're a bit complacent in many, many ways.
I didn't know people actually that.
No, even in places like Dubai also. When we went to Global Village, things like those Takis and Cheetos. Because, we couldn't get it here. Then, the children watch YouTube and all. Then,
They are-
they
I
want
mean,
to
yeah.
try, right? Then, actually I asked, is this halal? In Global Village, I asked. Then the salesperson, yeah. Then I said, but there's no halal logo. Then, no, can buy. Because she's a salesperson. She wants to, push her sales. But we didn't buy. So you cannot blindly buy just because you're in Dubai. It's a Muslim country. No? So you have to see your labels.
Actually, the non-Muslim countries are the one more stricter about halal signage and all that more than Muslim countries itself lah.
So Muslim countries, they take it for granted. Okay, everything will be all okay, this and that. And then, of course, you see people exporting things, hoping that, will be all halal. Same thing for Mustafa. We think that everything Mustafa will
Be halal,
bring in halal.
right?
But you don't have the proper halal signature, the logo.
Because Mustafa is mainly like tourist area, so there's halal
Yeah.
and non-halal lah. Yeah, so
So we must be mindful as consumers. I think the onus is on us
yeah,
to check before we buy.
like how we go NTUC Sheng Siong and we
Yeah.
check and buy, same thing.
Same
Yeah.
thing. So the onus is back to us. And I think we also must teach our children that you need to read the labels. Yeah, cannot blindly just buy. Yeah.